A Global TV News Prime, Senate commences screening of 7 new ministerial nominees. Alibiza's hype man queries Dangote's 500 million fuel stock claim. On the first scene, Israel's army chief vows to strike Iran if it retaliates. Largest site for World Sambo Championships debut. Hello everyone, welcome to News Prime here on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I'm Michael. We begin tonight by informing you that the Senate has confirmed the nomination of Bianca Ojukwu as Substantive Minister of State Foreign Affairs. The other ministers who were also confirmed are Dr. Jumoko Odewale as the Minister of Industry, Trade and Development, Dr. Netawe Yowete as the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, Mamadou Dayagadi as the Minister of Labour and Employment. Also confirmed are Idi Mokhtar as the Minister of Livestock Development, Yusuf Atta as the Minister of State Housing, Dr. Suwaiba Sadi Ahmed as the Minister of State Education. And now the Governor of Ondo State, Lucky Orimisanz Ayeditiwa, says the 2025 budget of his administration will be meticulously structured to capture the developmental needs of every part of the state. The governor said this during a campaign tour of APC Congress in Akoko Northwest local government area of the state. Our correspondent Kikolo Mokere has the rest of the story.
Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa's tour to Akoko Northwest local government received a warm welcome from the indigenes of the community. Speaking at Ogbagi Akoko, Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa says the 2025 budget will be well structured to ensure that no part of Ondo State is left behind. He says the 2025 budget will inculcate infrastructure and other essential services to meet the yearning of the people.
And even though we have done budget review or supplementary budget, but yes, to be able to accommodate certain areas, things that we did not envisage before we were preparing the 2024 budget. Don't forget, 2024 budget was prepared in 2023. So by expanding further, we're going to accommodate infrastructure based on the demands of the people, security, vote more money, and we look at our allocations now and what is coming in, and other things we are going to do, look at the revenue and then look at projects and programs.
The governor assured traditional institutions in the state of more robust continuous support if elected. He, however, warns that any selection of traditional rulers that is not ratified by the state government will have a day in the court of law.
So this is just getting to us as a government, and like I promised them that we'll look into it. And we have an example of two different individuals that made such attempt at the time, and they were arrested and charged to court. So these ones we put, we investigate further and see, and if that still persists, we may have to do same.
Speaking on behalf of the 27 traditional rulers in the area, the Owa of Ogbagi, Oba Olashendi Ujo Adetono, assures the governor of their unwavering support ahead of the election. Ayedatiwa expressed gratitude to the monarch of the area for their support during the APC primaries and their renewed endorsement ahead of the November 16 gubernatorial election. From Akure, Kikelomo Okeri, Global Television News.
And on to Cross River State, as Governor Bassey Otu has sought to advance educational projects and foster partnership to enhance tertiary education in Cross River State. He made this known when he paid an official visit to the Tertiary Education Trust Fund headquarters in Abuja. Queen Ageba has the details.
During the visit, Governor Otu engaged in discussions with TED Fund executives to explore funding opportunities for ongoing and upcoming projects within the state's tertiary institutions. The governor emphasized the importance of infrastructural development and academic support, highlighting the state's commitment to creating an environment where students and educators alike can thrive.
If we can train our people, because if you check the indices now, it looks like probably because of our exchange rate, this is an emerging economy and this is where to go. And this is going to be the next point. Like at the time it moved to India, I think gradually is outsourcing, it's going to move to Nigeria.
TED Fund's Executive Secretary, Mr. Sonny Echono, expressed enthusiasm about the governor's vision and reaffirmed dedication to supporting initiatives that align with TED Fund's mission.
Mr. President gave us a task to ensure that every Nigerian child graduating from our tertiary institutions must have proficiency in ICT and technology skills, in addition to whatever course that they will study in the university. And we have been taking steps towards this, especially by promoting various digital resources that we want to make available to students in our beneficiary institutions.
The outcomes of the meeting are expected to lay the groundwork for a series of developmental initiatives that will benefit the state's educational landscape for years to come. For Global Television, Queen Agaba reporting.
Now, the police command in Imo has successfully foiled an attack on the suspected members of the indigenous people of Biafra and its armed wing, Eastern Security Network. The police public relations officer in the state, SP Henry Okoye, disclosed this in a statement in a way that the latest attacks was foiled when the hoodlums launched an assault on the command's counter-terrorism unit during a routine patrol on the Owerri-Aba Road near Owerri Airport. Okoye says that the achievement was another significant operational success in the fight against violent crime carried out by members of the proscribed sectionist group in the state. He reiterated the command's dedication to ensuring the safety of lives and properties of all citizens, promising that it will take necessary measures to address any threat to public peace in the state. Now, in a bid to align the priorities of its citizens with its proposed appropriation bill, the Zamfara state government has organized a town hall meeting to collect the input from stakeholders that will help design the 2025 budget estimate based on the needs of the citizen. Queen Agaba has the details.
The state deputy governor, Mani Momuni, says the idea of the citizens' budget is aimed at improving accountability, transparency, and openness in governance and to address the identified needs of the citizens. The deputy governor therefore called on traditional rulers to conduct similar town hall meetings at their domain to unearth the needs of the people and forward the resolution to the Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning.
You may recall that during the preparation of the 2024 budget, government collected such input for you, especially your royal highnesses and civil society organizations. Looking into the budget, most of the projects you nominated were well captured. Similarly, this administration has implemented a number of such projects and many others are undergoing procurement process at the moment, as highlighted earlier by the Honorable Commissioner of Budget and Planning in his opening remarks.
Commissioner for Budget, Zamfara State, Abdul Malik Gajam, says the town hall meeting is aimed on planning and preparation for the 2025 appropriation bill to enable stakeholders make their input so that it could design citizen-centered budgets which will capture the needs of the people.
Number one, His Excellency in that bill reduced government spending. Before the era of Dr. Dawda Lawal, the recurrent expenditure of the state was relatively close to higher than the capital expenditure. And in every economic or financial books, when liability are higher than investment in capital expenditure, then we are going towards a road that will crash the vehicle. What he did, he reduced government agencies from 28 ministries to 16 ministries, from agencies and directorate that are almost 100, reduce them to less than 50.
The representative of the United Nations Children Education Fund, UNICEF, Cotonou Field Office, Issa Maru, says there is a need to increase budgetary allocation for health, recruit qualified health personnel and teachers to provide quality services in the sector.
Very grateful to the government of Zamfara State, particularly the priority put in place to the social sector, where health, education are given priority. However, we would like to appeal to the government to consider increase of the allocation to the health sector and education. The current budget allocation percentage to the health sector is very, very low. Only 77% of the total budget was allocated to the health sector. And this is below the Abuja Declaration 2001, where all the states committed to allocate 15% of the total state budget to the health sector.
The chairman, Zamfara State Council of Chiefs, who is also the Emir of Anka, Atairu Ahmed, suggested the introduction of false tax to checkmate the activities of bandits. He says the idea will help the government identify criminals and responsible people in town and communities. Sharon Ajay reporting for Global TV News.
Alai Kuje Magistrate Court granted bail to a House of Representative member for Aba North and South, Alex Akweje, in a sum of 500,000 naira. It was arranged for allegedly assaulting a boat driver, Stephen Abuwase, outside his Abuja residence. Counsel to the cab driver, Deji Adenayu, confirmed that Akweje, the defendant in the matter, will be arraigned in the court. The federal government is advancing its commitment to ensure a self-sustaining healthcare system by collaborating with the pharmaceutical giant GSK to bolster local drug production in Nigeria. The Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohamed Pathe, shared on his official X account in Abuja. He said that the collaboration was part of President Bola Tinubu's presidential initiative toward unlocking the healthcare value chain. According to Pathe, the initiative is to transform Nigeria into a hub for high-quality health product manufacture and reduce dependency on importation of medical supplies. You're watching the News Prime on Global Television, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital. When News Prime returns, Nigeria Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative releases its 2022-2023 Solid Minerals Industry Report. We'll bring you details of these as well as sports and foreign stories after this short break. Please stay with us. Many thanks for staying with us on News Prime. Now to business. The National President of Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Abubakar Magandi, has queried the claim by the President of the Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, that the 650,000 barrels per day refinery currently has 500 million liters of premium motor spirit, also known as petrol, in stock for onward supply to Nigerians. He said this is because its members drafted in by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited to pick up product on its behalf couldn't load petrol from the refinery in Lagos for 4 days. He also stated that the oil marketers have not been able to pick products from the refinery despite having paid 40 billion naira to the NNPCL. On barely 3 weeks after raising the price of premium motor spirit, probably known as petrol, Nigerians were outraged when the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited adjusted the pump prices of the commodity. The national oil firm raised the retail price of petrol in Abuja to 1,060 naira from 1,030 naira per litre. And also in Lagos, it was confirmed that NNPCL stations increased the unit price of the commodity from 998 naira to 1,025 naira per litre. This came as the Dangote Petroleum Refinery faulted the continued importation of petrol by oil marketers and NNPCL, despite the fact that the commodity was produced in the country by the $20 billion Lekki-based plant. And meanwhile, the chairman of Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, urged petroleum marketers, including the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, to source petrol directly from his refinery to meet local demand. This scheme, as data obtained from the Nigerian Ports Authority, showed that NPA is expecting a vessel with 20,150,000 litres of premium motor spirit, popularly known as petrol, on October 30, 2024 at the Tinkan Island port in Lagos. Dangote confirmed the refinery's readiness to supply fuel after closed-door talks with President Tinubu at the Aso Rock Villa, Abuja. And now, the Nigerian Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative has released its 2022-2023 Solid Minerals Industry Report. The Minister of Solid Minerals Development, represented by the Executive Secretary, Solid Minerals Development Fund, Fatima Shinkafi, says the report stems from a determination to build a future where Nigerian mineral resources drive economic diversification as well as job creation. Shanaje was there for Global TV.
The Ministry of Solid Minerals stated that it is at the forefront of championing policies and reforms to ensure the sector becomes more vibrant to drive Nigerian economy.
The Ministry of Solid Minerals is at the forefront of championing policies and reforms to ensure that this sector becomes a strong pillar of the Nigerian economy, contributing to job creation and sustainable development and resilience.
The Executive Secretary and Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, Orji Ogbonnaya Orji, while speaking on the agency's quality and assurance standards, noted that the agency is sustained by commitment to transparency and increasing stakeholder engagement. Chako Ogbonnaya Orji.
Nigeria Extractive Industry Transparency Initiative is quite strong, despite of challenges, committed to push the boundaries of openness in the solid mineral sector, no matter the challenges.
The Auditor General of the Federation, Shakar Chira, said the report will further help the Tinubu-led administration in assessing the level of attainment of its renewed hope agenda, urging that the necessary support be given for the implementation of the report.
The report on this mineral sector will further help the current administration led by His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCA, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, in assessing the level of attainment of his renewed hope agenda.
The 2022 and 2023 Solid Mineral Report were later presented and unveiled. Sharon Ajay reporting for Global TV News.
And now, the Central Bank of Nigeria has been urged to refrain from intervening in the foreign exchange market through the forex auctions. It was also advised to continuously reaffirm the commitment to exchange rate flexibility by adopting a comprehensive, systematic and transparent framework for foreign exchange interventions. The policy advisory issued by the World Bank was included in the Nigerian Development Update, offering recommendations to stabilize the naira against the foreign currencies. And on the foreign scene, a Chinese spacecraft with a 3-person crew, including the country's first female space engineer, has docked after a journey of more than 6 hours. The crew will use the homegrown space station as a base for 6 months to conduct experiments and carry out the spacewalks as the Beijing gathers experience and intelligence for its eventual mission to put someone on the moon by 2030. The Beijing declared that the launch of Shenzhou's 19 a complete success is one of 100 launches China has planned in the record year of space exploration as it tries to outdo its rival, the United States. And at least 51 people are known to have died after torrential rain caused devastating flash floods in the southeastern Spain. In the town of Chivanilla de Valencia, more than a year's worth of rain fell in just 8 hours, and local officials says it is impossible to put a final figure on the number of people who have perished. Much of the country has been badly hit by heavy rain and the whole storms triggering the rapid flooding across multiple areas, and more than 1,000 troops are being deployed to help with the rescue operation as scores of people remain unaccounted for. Israel's military chiefs vowed to hit Iran very hard if it retaliates against Israel for its attacks on the Islamic Republic over the weekend. The Lieutenant General says if Iran makes the mistakes of launching another missiles barrage at Israel, will once again know how to reach Iran and strike very hard. Addressing military personnel who took part in the weekend strike, said that a certain target had been set aside. And on to sports tonight, Nigeria will make history as the country's debut at 2024 World Sambo Championships in Astana from the November 6 to 10, following the impressive outing at the African Beach Sambo Championship in Morocco. The Nigerian contingent led by the blind Sambo Okereke will join athletes for 79 other countries at the Wrestling Palace name have starred the Marshall's Arch Palace. Sambo Association of Nigeria Vice President and General Secretary Sheriff described Nigeria's participation as a groundbreaking, particularly with Kekere being Africa's sole representative in the blind event. The Nigeria Football Federation confirmed the date and venues for the country's senior men's national team final to Group D matches for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualification series against Rwanda and Benin. According to the NFF, the Confederation of African Football has scheduled November 14 and 18 as the days for the two games. The Super Eagles will travel to Abidjan for the match day fixtures against the Benin Republic, scheduled for Thursday, and November 15 at the Stade Felix Bourguignon. The Confederation of African Football has picked November 18 for Nigeria's final 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifying match against Rwanda. The match is scheduled for Godswill Akpabio Stadium, Uyo. This is contained in the statement by the Nigeria Football Federation. The match day 6 encounter will draw the curtain on the race from Group D for slot at 35th Africa Cup of Nations finals to be held in Morocco. And just before we wrap the news program, let's take a look at our top stories. The Senate has commenced screening and confirmed 7 new ministers. Petroleum marketers have queried Dangote's 500 million fuel stock claim. At the first scene, dozens have been killed in southeast of Spain following a year's worth of rain in 8 hours. Nigeria is set for World Sambo Championships debut. That's the size of a package. A news prime. A quick reminder that we are on DSTV channel 365, start times channel 276, and free to air on Nicom Sat. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @Global TV NG and other handles now sharing the screen. I am Edika Michael. Many thanks for watching. See you again.